be a nice way to go into the back-to-back to have your starters rest before the quarter.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the third period, they came out, our starters came out, and I thought were fantastic. I think we went on a 26-6, they tell me, run, with a bunch of threes in that. Fantastic share on the ball, to have 32 assists for the game, and to sort of set that stage that you just said, Sarah, with our ability to rest them because they built such a large lead is fantastic to be able to go into a back-to-back and having the ability to sit them.
You talked about Cove before the game. He had 15 points in just over 22 minutes. What did you think of his efficiency tonight?
I thought he was good. I thought he was good all over the place. He's just solid. He's solid defensively. He made some shots. With that group, like I have said at the start when we were asking about Robert, he's so versatile to me. And, he guards kind of every position except the five. And I thought tonight when he made shots, it certainly helped, especially in that third period.
You talked before the game about not taking these teams lightly and everything like that. And basically this has happened most of the season. You've done very well against sub-500 teams. How about that kind of mentality that the team has had this year on that?
I mean, we're growing. I think that we're getting smarter as we play more together. I feel like the group has always been prideful, and for the very large majority of the season, very competitive. There's an edge to this group that I really like. And I feel that the trending offensively, defensively, situation stuff, execution at the end of the games, I think that we're slowly, getting better, and we need to. We need to if we want to accomplish the goals that we have put in place.
What did you think about the defense in the first half? I think you held them to 16 made field goals in the first half.
I thought our defense, with the exception of the last period, was good, straight across. We had a few miscommunications on some pick and rolls where we needed to stay with the ball longer. I think that our weak side defense in that third period, and for most of the first half, was excellent. Just trying to be in a stance. You got a three-man eye, three people on one side, or a two-man eye. Really being aware that this team scores in the paint and bringing the whole gym toward the ball. And if they were going to beat us, they'd beat us on the second side with an airtime pass. And I thought that our guys responded well to that scouting part of tonight.
What do you make of the fact that in the last two games, Dwight Howard and Marc Gasol, who are having really strong scoring seasons, have barely been able to score against you guys?
I mean, I hope it has a lot to do with team defense. I believe it has a lot to do with Joel. You need all the perimeter stuff going on to help any interior defensive player. If the ball can just easily get moved around the perimeter, they're so big and they're so good, they find angles. And you can't sort of give up the pass plus the angle. And so you need perimeter pressure to help slow some of those looks down. Some of the cross screens, tremendous lags on the person setting the screen. And I think that as a team, we did do that on those two guys. And then I'm sure we look at, Amir's a very good defensive player, and Joel is what we all know. He's excellent.
Coach, every player you called on tonight scored tonight. Can you talk about how you can call on anybody and they can come in and produce for you?
Well, we're starting to get into a rhythm to what we're doing. And, the NBA, it can take you in a current in a bad part, and it can take you in a current in a good part. And, right now I think we're in the current of momentum. We feel good about ourselves. We're proud. We got our 40th win tonight. And we got 12 games left, and I think that the current that we're playing in, the spirit of which we're playing, lets the guys know what we expect and how they're going to get those points and still stay, for the most part, organized with what we're trying to do. Had it not been for the last 7 minutes of that game, I felt good that we achieved what I had just said.
It seemed like your ball movement and spacing were really there tonight. From a team standpoint, how big is rhythm in that regard?
It's everything offensively. You know, using Joel, spacing the floor. They triple teamed him. You know, when we played Charlotte, you go back and look at some of the edits, and you could still frame it. And oftentimes they would come off the passer who we would cut, and then you can mess with it, you can hold them. But he was always being at least double teamed. And I think that the spacing is improving. Joel recognizing, you know, like sometimes if they're coming, you just got to get off it quick. And then maybe you can repost or trace it as the ball is swung. But I feel like spacing in general tonight was better. I thought Joel, you know, was good. He had 4 assists and I think a single turnover. I thought he made some good passes out of the post and some backdoor looks. But space rules the day, especially when you're with, you know, 10 NBA men.
Early in the third period, when you mentioned that kind of everything was happening really fiery, there was a few sequences where JJ and Joel were just playing kind of off of each other, really in sync. Was that kind of what you envisioned when you brought in Joel that night, like early when you first got JJ in here?
Yeah, because I have game planned against JJ all of my years in the NBA. And what players like that do with the reputation that he has is that he commands attention. You know, like whoever, like Joel's man has got to come up. If there's a dribble handoff, you know, lots of times he's going to have to come up, which Joe can roll into like a no-man eye or a one-man eye, and he can roll into nothing. You saw, you know, Blake and DeAndre do that with JJ in Los Angeles. And I saw him do that early in his career with Dwight when he was in Orlando. And so whether JJ's making jump shots or JJ's playing what we call ping pong get game stuff, and he's like a free safety, he can just move, he's not on a live ball, that he commands attention. And in that environment, those two guys are good. It's one of our major late game looks. I put those guys into that concept.